coach because I'm a social worker and I'm a certified life coach as well. But like I said, definitely welcome to this podcast episode. This is lesson number 4 of this book. On YouTube, you all can see this. The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. This is the book that I have. And this is the lesson number 4 that I'll be summing up for you today. And it's talking about the habit of saving. So I want to say before I even get any further, for both of you all on YouTube and for you all on the podcast, the Social Worker Coach, make sure that you all, of course, are subscribing to the podcast and the YouTube. And of course, on YouTube, make sure that you click that notification bell to receive all the uploads that I do with any kind of video, whether it's on this book or any of my daily vlogs or any of those types of things. So, or any of my cooking videos too. So, 'cause I do cooking demos too. Love doing that, y'all. So, like I said, definitely make sure that y'all are following your girl. There is also going to be a link in the description of the video in the show notes, directing you to, of course, my link tree. And if you want to pick up this book, the Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill, make sure that you click on that link and go ahead and scroll on down to Audible, shop with me on Audible, and go ahead and get this particular book, because I know it's over 500 pages actually. So if you want to read it like I am, then please go ahead and buy it and do so. But if not, go ahead and pick up that book on Audible so that you can listen as you go throughout your day, riding in the car, that kind of thing. So let me see if there's anything else I need to say before I get started. I guess just thank you for tuning in. And of course, like I said, share this with your friends and family. And this chapter, like I said, is about the habit of saving. I'm not going to talk a lot about the chapter, but I'm going to talk about, of course, as we all know, what money and savings and stuff like that is anyway. But I do want to read one thing to you. It says, no man, this is a section about the slavery of debt. It says, no man can do his best work. No man can express himself in terms that command respect. No man can either create or carry out a definite purpose in life with heavy debt hanging over his head. So I just want to make sure y'all heard that. I'm going to read that one more time. No man can do his best work. No man can express himself in terms that command respect. No man can either create or carry out a definite purpose in life with heavy debt hanging over his head. And we all know what debt is. We all know that of course, there's debt in life. We all, at least for most of us, we may have debt, whether it's student loans, whether it's household bills that we owe, we haven't paid up, whether it's somebody that we owe money to, like the bank, we got a loan out and that kind of thing and ain't paid it yet, or we have credit cards that we have not paid down or paid off yet. Like I said, we all know what debt is. And like I said, when you're trying to, of course, create your life and create a better life for yourself, especially if you want to start a small business, home-based business, you're trying to, of course, like I said, get your business started. You're going to need some type of, not for every business, but for some businesses, you will need some type of income. For example, for me, I'll give 2 examples. The social worker coach. Of course, I'm a social worker. I work full time. But of course, I went on ahead and got my certification in life master life coaching about a few years ago. And of course, I'm still seeing clients. So if you want to, of course, book me one-on-one, that type of thing, to work on mindset, to work on some of those childhood traumas and dramas so that you can move forward, to work on, of course, starting this small business so that you can move forward, that kind of thing. Make sure that you reach out to your girl. But let me get back to it. Like I said, with the social worker coach, with the coaching, that's all online. Unless I want to travel to go see somebody or see somebody on Zoom or that kind of thing, but it's all online. So therefore, I don't have any debt with that. I use my cell phone. I can call people, that kind of thing. Use Zoom on my cell phone. There's no debt with that unless I want to pay for a monthly subscription to Zoom. Now, my creativity. Like I told y'all before, I use my creativity to, of course, help me heal. And those are the things that I, of course, coach on as well. When I talk about the mindset, healing, and all those types of things, it all intertwines, like I said. And like I said, definitely healing through my creativity. My creativity, of course, I've always been baking. I've been baking since I was on my own since I was 19 years old, actually. Selling stuff, peach cobblers, cakes, and stuff like that. I still do it to this day. When I moved here to Arizona, I've been doing, I decided to focus on some cookies, making big cookies and half-pound cookies and that kind of thing. So that's what I've been focusing on. But I, of course, make cupcakes, other stuff, too. I love doing those things, too. The handheld treats that you can take with you and eat wherever you're going to and talking to whoever you want to talk to and still snacking on your treats. I guess I put it that way. But, like, with that business, I did a cake baking business, a cookie baking business. I did have to, of course, buy some items for that business. I had to buy the bags for the cookies to go into after I baked them. and put them in like a cute little bag, like with the little stickers on them, that kind of thing. I had to save some money for that in order to get those things. I had to buy some more cookie sheets, some more of those what they call pot holders. I had to buy different things, of course, to make this cookie business successful. I have to constantly buy sugar, flour, butter, any ingredients I want to put into the cookies, like the chocolate chips, the white chocolate chips. The ones I just made recently was M&M and that kind of thing. Like I said, I had to buy ingredients in order for this business to work. So of course, me going into this business, knowing that I had to buy these things, I could not totally be in debt and couldn't buy my stuff and couldn't figure out how to get the money to even start off with a $30 business. I had to, like I said, make sure that I had at least some type of money saved to put towards this business. And I'm saying this for a reason. Like this quote said, you cannot be full, I guess, for me, you cannot feel confident enough, for one. He didn't say that, but that's just me. But I'm sure that's what he meant by saying do his best work and expressing yourself and feeling respect, I guess, and be able to command respect. I'm sure that goes along with the confidence, like I just told y'all in lesson number 3, the confidence formula. I'm sure that all goes along with that. But like I said, nobody can feel confident in what they do. Nobody can feel 100% respecting of what they do. Some folks will feel like they're lying to somebody. Or what is it called? I forgot what the word is. Imposter syndrome. Some folks will feel like they're being imposters if they don't have all their things in place to start their business. And if they do, there is so much in debt. They're like, okay, can I even do this? Can I even get this going? I can't even pay for the system I need to do my emails with. We have to realize that we have to save at some point. Whether it's for this small business that you're trying to create, or another stream of income you're trying to create, or just trying to get yourself out of debt. I know how it feels to be in debt. I know how it feels to, of course, rob Peter to pay Paul, to try to figure out which bill I'm gonna pay this month, and this bill's gonna get cut off, so I gotta pay that one. Next month I pay the other one. I know how that feels. I've been there and done that. And I had to realize, and I'm letting you know, I'm sure you already know about savings and money and that type of thing. I forgot the statistics. I want to say it's 85% of the U.S. people in the U.S. are living in debt and living in paycheck to paycheck. I want to say it's 85%. There's not a lot of folks here that are millionaires. Yes, you may hear about them online, that kind of thing, but that does not make up all the millions that are here in the U.S. There's many living in debt, many living paycheck to paycheck, no matter what that paycheck looks like. But we have to realize, and I had to realize that in order for me to, of course, create anything better in my life, to even go on a trip, I had to make sure that I saved some money and put some money aside and get myself out of debt as much as possible. There are all kind of ways that you can get out of debt, y'all. If you have credit card bills, start paying, even if it's $25, $25 more than, well, if the minimum is, say it's $15, pay $25 more than that to make sure that you're paying on the premium and the actual bill that you owe every month. So that'll be what, $35. But if you have more than that, pay $50 every month to get those bills down, and don't buy anything else on those credit cards that you cannot afford. If you can't pay it with cash or buy it with your debit card so it can come right out of your bank account, do not get it if you're trying, especially if you're trying to create a different life for yourself. How are you going to be in debt trying to tell somebody else to get out of debt? Or live a better life and do all these things? How am I going to be a coach and telling everybody to live your best life and do all this stuff and lessen your triggers and all these types of things when I'm sitting up here in debt looking crazy, struggling on the back end? That should not happen at all for none of us. The most basic things, I know when it comes to money, they never teach us that in school. Yes, you may have economics course in college, but that really tells you nothing about how to save your own money. It talks about the world, GDP, finances, and all those types of things, which none of us can really, should really care about anyway, for real. Your household comes first with anything that you do. Focus on the finances in your household first, then worry about everybody else. And yes, I'm telling you that. I know you grown, I'm sure you listen to this, but I'm just telling you that because I know that's what I had to do as well. And like I said, we definitely have to understand and realize that with all these 85% of the people in the U.S. living in debt, having debt and living paycheck to paycheck, if you're wanting to create another stream of income for yourself, you have to, and especially if it takes money to do so, start cutting down some of your debt, cutting down the things that you're buying. And that's exactly what he's saying in this chapter too. The same things that we already know already to do, but we just don't do it. Start cutting down the things that you don't need. He was talking about this man, how this man got paid. Let me see if I can find it. He got paid $20 a week. This was back in like the early 1900s. But he got paid $20 a week. And he was buying all this stuff. He got shoe shines, He got cigarettes, sodas, about chewing gums, went to the movies, all this kind of stuff that he did not need to even buy. He could have saved that money. And we have to realize that the things that we don't need, the things that you think that you need, your wants, needs are the things that you need to survive, like your water, your electricity, gas, if you need that to cook with, your food in the refrigerator, the gas in your car in order to get back and forth to make the money, I guess, back and forth to work with your business. You need those things. But the wants are the things that you can do without. Going to the movies, going on the trip. Lily, I'm doing a video. Shh, Lord. I'm like, what in the world? Lord of mercy. I'm almost finished. But like I said, those wants are the things that you, of course, if you want to buy a pair of shoes every month, when you already have shoes to wear, if you're buying sodas or drinks or going out to dinner or often, those types of things. Like I said, those types of things you don't actually need. Those are things that you want because you want to have a better quality of life or just enjoy those things. And like I said, at some point we have to get smarter about our savings, y'all. And in this book, like I said, he talks about saving $5 a month, putting it into your savings. Then it goes up. I don't know. I forgot. Okay. The first year is saving $5 a month. The second year is saving $10 a month. But if you have more, please do save more. You don't have to just save 5. Save 50 if you can every month. Your first year. Your second year, save 75. Your next year, save 100. Like I said, we have to start getting in the mode. This is the habit of saving. I talked about habits when I did my challenge. If you're on YouTube podcast, you may have to go over to YouTube. I did this 30-day challenge called the Change Challenge, and I talked about a lot about the habits in there. How habits create everything that we do. How habits create the life that we live. If you've always had a habit of not doing what you're supposed to do as far as your finances go, you have to get into that mode and make it consistent every single paycheck to save $5, to save $10, to save $20. That's what this whole entire chapter is about. Like I will read again, no man can do his best work. No man can express himself in terms that command respect. No man can either create or carry out a definite purpose in life with heavy debt hanging over his head. Nobody wants to go into every day, every week, every month, every year with the same debt, and you're like, oh my God, woe is me, I cannot get out of this. We have to figure out how to pay that debt down and start saving as little as we can, or as much as we can, I guess, every month. Or actually every month. When he says every month, I'm telling you every single paycheck. I'm trying to start now saving 10% every paycheck, actually. I started last Friday. But like I said, that's something that I started doing. You don't have to do 10%. You can do at least $5 or $10 every paycheck if you can. I'm sure you can, because that's a cup of Starbucks. That's a meal at McDonald's, or ice cream somewhere, or a ticket to the movie theater. I'm sure that you can do that. And if you need help with that, if you still can't get that together, yes, I can help you with that in one-on-one coaching. Click that link, of course, again in the description of the video, and go on down to like my one-on-one coaching and see how we can work together. But most of this stuff I'm telling you is very simple that you can do on your own. You just have to get started, and you have to want to do it and want to create a better life for yourself. That's the point that I had to get to when I started, of course, saving and trying to get my finances in order and stop robbing Peter to pay Paul and all these types of things. And I've been working on that and my credit for the last 2 years, I think, almost 2 years. Is when I'll do another. I'll do a separate video about that. But my credit has definitely went up a little bit, almost 200 points actually. And I had to work on those things. Like I said, I talked to y'all about that in another podcast episode. But like I said, it is definitely possible for you to do. You just have to want to do it, and not want to be like everybody else and constantly want to go out here and party and do all these things when you're wasting your money on those things instead of putting your money where it's going to actually pay off for you. Like starting that small business, creating the extra stream of income, that's going to pay off for you, not the club's not going to pay off for you. The movie theater is not going to pay off for you. That's not giving you anything in return. It's just taking your money. I'm not saying you cannot enjoy those things, but when you have a definite chief aim, like I just said back in the first, actually that's in the second lesson of this, the definite chief aim, you have a goal that you want to start a home-based business. Then you have to get your finances in order to start that home-based business, especially if it takes money to start that business. Otherwise, how you going to start? You're going to be sitting up here, woe is me, I can't figure it out. I never can have nothing. I have no support, this kind of thing. You don't need financial support from anybody but yourself. Save your money and work on your finances. That's the financial support that you need. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my butt off here, but I want to say again, This is The Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. This is lesson number 4, the habit of saving. And like I said, this takes habit, this takes consistency. Every single paycheck or every time you get paid is what it's going to take in order for you to start getting into the habit of saving. And like I said, if you want to get, I'm not going to read all these chapters to you, but I'm going to give you a summary every time I do this. And if you want this particular book, they have it on Audible. You can click that link in the description of the video. I mean, this podcast, but video and podcast, and go ahead and scroll down and shop with me, and click on the Audible, and go ahead and sign up and go ahead and get this book. You get free perks when you sign up. I think you get 1 or 2 free books anyway when you sign up for those subscriptions. But go ahead and get this book, and there's other books that you can read as well that's going to help you if you need with savings and money. Go ahead and get those things. But again, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Again, my name is Tonetta Clay, the social worker coach. Of course, I'm here giving you this lesson number 4, the habit of saving, which is very important for all of us because, like I said before, about 85% of us are living paycheck to paycheck and are in debt. And most of it's student loan debt and credit card debt. In order for us to get those things paid down and get it paid off, we have to start saving and putting our money where it's going to work for us, y'all. So with that, I'm going to get off here again. Take care, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next podcast episode and video episode. Again, before y'all get off here, make sure that y'all, of course, are subscribing to my podcast, The Social Worker Coach, or wherever you listen to your podcast episodes. Whether it's Spotify, whether it's Apple Podcasts, whether it's Google Podcasts, I'm on all those. Make sure that you all are subscribing. And then, of course, on YouTube, make sure that you all are subscribing to my channel. And, of course, clicking that notification bell to receive all the uploads that I do. Because I upload frequently throughout the week. So with that, take care, y'all. Have a good one. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace out.